Alright, just thought I'd let you guys see a little bit of my welding apparatus here in progress. I've been working on a brew stand here for home brew, and in order to get it finished I need to weld up my frame. I'm actually using bed frames for my there we go. Bed frames for my beer stand. This is my weld, my whole way welded. I'll give you a close up of that in just a minute here. I flip it on, get out my thing, and clamp it on here, lower my shield. Need a strike plate. Ran out of sticks there, and the thing about these bed frames is they're rounded on the edges, so when you put two together you get quite a bit of a gap between one bed frame and the next. So you're really filling a huge gap with this stick. And I am using 3 30-second sticks here. I'm going to try and, well, I think I'm going to go to this side before I come back to this side, simply because that's going to have a lot of slag on there. And you literally can see that's 3 30-seconds. I can fit the stick right inside there. I need to squeeze it a little bit, but that's why I'm going to switch this clamp out with this clamp now. It's got a little bit more pinch to it. And check it for squareness. So I'm going to hit this, and then I'll come back and get the little gap at the bottom I missed. I'm sure you guys can't see it from where you are. I got a switch on here. It plugs into 240. Really need a strike plate to get this going. Went a little overboard on that puppy. Holy cow. I'm not no? Couldn't get those two gaps together. Just about used the whole thing here. Before I hit this, I'm going to knock some of the slag off of there. here. Yeah, just barely enough to get that done there. But done nonetheless. So, now I gotta go wait for them to cool down a little bit. Don't know if I like how that one turned out very much. I'll smack off some of the... Get that out of the way. Yeah. Not my best work. But it's all fun and games for me, really. I mean, I'm just goofing around, seeing what I can come up with. And this is the practice round. I'm using 6011 welding sticks. They don't seem to leave that pretty of a weld. Really sturdy, however. I may have to come back and hit that a little more. It's got a couple holes in there, I noticed. I may have welded right over some slag on this one. Don't know. Pretty sturdy nonetheless. These suckers aren't going nowhere. So I've made two frames like this. And I'm going to weld all of this. Is my, well, that's a sliding bar in front of me. Take this thing off. Makes you sweat when you're in these things. You get so dang on hot. So I'm going to weld, these are my legs. I'm sorry, those are not my legs. And those are not my legs. These are my legs. They're going to go in here like this. I got another one of these that's going to be the bottom. And I'll have 4 legs the same as this. And I've got 3 center beams. And just a little changeover. These are going to go in one here. I got it marked out where I want them. And one over here. So I'll have 2 in the front for mounting pumps on. And 1 in the back just for support. And then I've got these 4. And these are my cross beams. And this is actually the bottom, not the top. And these are going to go, well, get this out of the way here. These are going to go underneath here, along there, 4 places. In there, 1, 2, 3, 4, across here. I'm not sure. I may go 2 on bottom evenly, just to give me some tension that way, and then 2 up in the top, give me some tension up there. These were extra pieces that I had left over, scrap, so I cut them to length, and I'll probably weld them in. They're going to actually add about 5 pounds to my beer structure here. I'm going to take you in and show you a little bit about what a beer structure is going to look like, just real quick here. I've kind of laid it out. Well, as we go by, I'll show you my welder. This is my welder. Made out of a microwave oven transformer. Actually, it's 2 microwave oven transformers. For anybody who knows how those work, that's an E and another E flipped over on top of it, with 38 windings on the secondary that I could put in there, and 240 windings on the primary. That's 2 primaries running in series, which is why I'm running 240 volts out of my old welding socket there. With the 240 volts, I come in here, and with 240 windings on the primary and 38 windings on the secondary, 1 volt per winding on the primary gives me 1 volt per winding on the secondary, meaning that I'm getting, at my arc here, I'm getting 38 volts coming out. However, it's giving me 200 watts of power, amps of power coming out there. So I had to kick that down, and in order to kick that down, I'm using these 2 extra primaries that I have laying around to kind of absorb a little bit of that extra wattage, bring it down a little bit. The first one brought it down 20 amps, and the second one brought it down another 10 amps. So I'm going to try and stack a few more of them so I can bring it up and down as I please and put a switch in between all this and then box it all in. That's my welder. As I was mentioning, I have a beer stand that I'm brewing here. The lighting is nowhere near as good in here, and I'll have to back up so you can see this. But this is my brew, the other side of my brew stand here that I've built already. And I kind of maybe mentioned this in my last video, I don't know for sure. But that's the part that I already have done. Obviously the kegs and the cooler are not welded, and they're just sitting in there. Now I need to take them out, because now I need to weld the top to the bottom. And that's about the height that I'm going to go for. That's 24 inches off the ground, and I have 4-inch casters, 2 locking and 2 non-locking, that I'm going to put through, not here, but through this corner of the bottom, and all 4 corners of the bottom are going to have a caster on them. It's a nice 1/2-inch hole that I'll have to drill in the other one. This top section actually has little pieces that are just laying on here right now, and the reason behind that is I'm going to actually make those. Let me see if I can get a better shot from the back side. Probably not. I'm actually going to put a hinge between these two so that that piece can flip up then and down. When this is loaded with 80 pounds of grain, it's very hard to get it all out of there and lift this thing off. So what we'll do is this is going to become a keg up here eventually, and the keg will be bolted through the sides, through these sides right into that, because the keg doesn't actually come down into here. You can see there's a gap. So I can bolt right through there and no problem. And then I'll put, not sure, I might look for some opinions on this, I'll put some hinges from here down to those front rails that I'm going to put on here, and here going down. And what that hinge will be is it'll be just like a truck or the rear end of a vehicle that you would have in your vehicle. I'll put 2 of these things on there, and that will let me tip that over without it flopping over so easily. Give me a chance to open that up, tip it over without it jumping out of my hands on me. So that's what I'm working on tonight. Said that I'd do a little video on my welding. I don't know if when I was back there you saw me. My foundry, I can't zoom. Oh, there it is. My foundry's still sitting back there. I did a little talking to a few people on a website. Alloy. I can't think of the name of it. Maybe I'll post it below this. They all said I really need refractory cement and not to use the cement that I had. So I'm going to look into it and see how much it costs. If it's not too much, I'll buy the specialty cement. If it's too much, I'll stick with what I have, since I already have 5-gallon buckets of it. So, well, for me, it's back to welding my thing here. I'll get some more pictures as I go along.